My ex-husband who cheated on me with my sister emailed me after 6 years. My ex-husband who cheated on me with my sister emailed me after 6 years. I, 33F, met my ex-husband, Dan, 40F, almost 15 years ago at a restaurant when I was celebrating my 18th birthday. He was really nice, charming, and mature. He made me feel loved and special. For some context, I grew up in a dysfunctional family. My mom and dad used to always fight. My dad would sometimes go out and not come back for months. He died when my sister Abby, 25F, was born. My mom was way too fond of Abby since her birth rather than me. Abby was basically babied by my mother. She didn't neglect me at all, always did her best as a mother and provided for me, but I always felt sometime missing. After Dan came to my life, I didn't feel like there was something missing from me. He supported me, he was caring. He would always buy me gifts and take me out in long drives. I felt complete when I was with him. We got married after dating for 4 years. I wanted to start a family right away, but Dan encouraged me to do my master's and helped me build my career. He wanted us to be in a stable position financially before we start thinking about having kids. Seriously, he was the best guy I could ever ask for. After 5 years of being happily married, I discovered that my husband was cheating on me with Abby. I discovered the affair when my husband made an excuse that he will go out of town for a week, but he stayed in town and he booked a hotel room where he and Abby can have sex. This has been going on for 6 months behind my back. I was really devastated. Abby and I were close growing up. I loved her and cared for her. How could she do this to me? After the D-Day, Dan and I had a fight. I asked how could he do this to me? That too with my sister who just turned 19? He said he didn't love me anymore, that I don't give him enough attention. That I am not the same girl he fell in love with. Between this mess, I discovered that I was pregnant. But due to the stress, I lost the baby. He didn't even care enough to visit me at the hospital when I lost our child. He was having a weekend getaway with my sister. I should have seen the signs. Abby would always be touchy with Dan. Dan would sometimes stare at her. But it is still very disturbing for me. My mother, as usual, took Abby's side and told me to just make peace with it. I wanted to KLL myself because I had no one left. Lost my child and my husband, my whole family. Then my best friend Tina, my savior, came to my rescue. She was moving to another state and asked me to come with her. I said yes. I was already divorced at that point and we lived in a small town. So, I would obviously run into my ex and my sister. It took me a while to settle into my new life in a different state, but I met some kind people there. It helped me heal some trauma. I still have trust issues. I met my now husband Tony, 32M, after 1 year of moving to the new place. I was really hesitant and kept my guard up, but he showed me that he is trustworthy and loves me a lot. I was so happy with him that I almost forgot about the life I had back in my hometown. His parents were really welcoming and generous people. We got married a year ago. I am now pregnant with our first child. Yesterday, I got an email from my ex Dan. It just brought back all the bad memories. I am just paraphrasing his email. He mentioned that he misses me. He tried to find me but couldn't. He is very miserable with my sister. She is very dumb and doesn't care about him like I do. I used to bake him a cake and throw birthdays for him. But Abby only texted him happy birthday and didn't even bother to buy him a cake. Plus she is very rude, she doesn't respect him, she is always at the bar with her friends. He also mentioned that she has cheated on him 5 times already. The last affair was with his cousin. Our mother also doesn't stop her. He will soon file for a divorce, but lately he has been missing me a lot. He wants us to try again as a couple. He wants us to become a family just like before. Since I do not have social media except for Instagram, which is private, he probably doesn't know that I am married and I have a baby on the way. I don't know if I should feel pity for him or just laugh, because the grass on his side is very brown rather than green. Update. I just wanted to say thanks to all of you who messaged and showed me support. I have decided to send him an email and be done with it. It goes like, Dan, I am sorry to hear that you are suffering, but there is no way I would be with you. Yes, there was a time when I used to be that girl who would have taken you in a heartbeat, but that girl is not there anymore. That girl has died the day I had a miscarriage and you were somewhere shacking up with my sister. I called you but you never picked it up. I am married to a wonderful man who loves me and cherishes me. I am also pregnant with our first child. I am beginning this new chapter of my life with someone I love and care deeply. So, please, do not contact me ever again. You made your choice. You chose my barely legal sister over me. I do not care if she cheats on you or she doesn't respect you. Someone like you don't deserve loyalty and respect anyways. I have left my old life in my old town. It will be best for you to move on and have some self-reflect on yourself. You are just a deeply insecure man who is getting old and thought having a young woman would be good by your side. Goodbye. Update 2. March 3rd. A lot of you have been asking me what he replied. Well, he replied within an hour of me emailing him. He said that he was stupid enough to believe that I would still wait for him. And he said he would always wait for me because no matter what I will always be his baby doll. I cringed hard. He used to call me that, but now it feels repulsive. I also got an email from my mom and my sister. My mom just congratulated me and was excited that she is going to be a grandmother. And my sister also did the same and said she will be the cool aunt. I cannot believe these people. They forgot how they treated me when I needed them. And moreover betrayed me. I cried for a long time because I have been reading your comments. And it seems like me and my sister was groomed by that man. I feel so stupid. I know I shouldn't be mad at my sister, but she was old enough to know it's bad to have an affair with a married man. That too, someone who is your sister's husband. I blocked all of them. I am 5 months pregnant already. I don't need more stress. God bless my husband. He comforted me when I cried. Later took me out for ice cream. I hope I can move past this. Update 3. I am cooled down now. I think I can make a more elaborate update. Thanks to everyone who has shown me support. I needed it. The email from him, my ex, just struck me like a train. I had flashbacks of everything he has done to me. I think you guys deserve a detailed update. After I sent him the reply mail, he emailed me within an hour with the thing I said in my update 2 part. Few hours later, I get 2 other email from my mom and sister. They sent me in my old email address that I hardly use now. I don't know how they knew about my pregnancy. I try to keep a low profile. I still haven't posted my baby bump pics on social media or made any announcements. I only have Instagram to follow my friends. But it just scared me. I broke down crying on the spot. Luckily, my husband, Tony, was around. He held me and put me on the couch. He knows everything about me. I never hid anything from him. I was a little bit scared that my mom and sister would find me. He reassured me that I am hundreds of miles away from them. I mean, we are on the opposite part of our country. He took me out for ice cream to comfort me. It took 2 ice cream cones to finally calm me down, lol. I told him about my concerns and that my mom and sister might demand to see my baby. It's a girl. He told he would talk to his uncle, who is a police officer, to be on lookout for them. Even if they come here and force themselves on you, he would fight for it. He is going to consult his lawyer friend about this matter. And told me not to worry about my ex. He cannot harm me anymore. My husband even made a joke that he would move countries if he have to. Lastly, someone in my post commented that I should alert the daycare about my mom and sister, in case they try to steal my baby. Well, we aren't planning to put her in daycare. Even though I am currently working, I decided I would quit my job and look after my baby and focus on healing from giving birth. I do have a good amount of saving in my personal bank. And this is my own decision. I will go back to work when our little princess is a little bit older. My in-laws are amazing. My MIL and FIL lives nearby. They are both good people and offered to help with my child. Also, don't worry, apart from my in-laws, I have a good support system too. Tina and her wife, Jenny, basically adopted me, lol. They are really good people and always helped me. I don't know what will happen in future, but at least I am surrounded by some good people that I never had growing up. Now, I will take your leave and enjoy my husband pampering me. If something big happens, I will keep you guys updated. And my ex, sister, and mother are all blocked. Comments. Hello Queen. Miss, let me just say that congratulations on you little bundle and your new life. Your mom and sister are absolutely delusional to think you'd let them be in your child's life. My mouth was on the floor when your sister said she'd be the cool aunt. The audacity really. I'm sure your ex probably told your sister and she then told your mother. It also sounds like you have a very tight-knit and very supportive circle around you. My advice to you is to keep any and all emails you receive from your ex, mother, and sister, just in case, better to keep them than to delete them and not have any proof of anything. Prayers and love to you and your little family. Satajade. 100% your ex said something to your sister, either rubbing it in her face you were happy or pregnant, etc., or said to her they should stay together since you were already remarried. Either way, the common denominator here is your ex, so he told them. G-Pi love. Congratulations on finding your real family and living your best life. Now, first things first, I believe you did the right thing by blocking them all and ignoring them. I also don't think you should answer them, cause I believe that the answer email to your ex is how they found out. Hey, I heard through the grapevine that Op is pregnant. Why didn't you tell me you're becoming an aunt/grandma? He's still married to your sister and hasn't even filed for divorce yet, so he also basically asked you to do what your sister did, having an affair with her husband. So still the scum of the earth. However, I also picture an alternate reality where you wrote back to your sister something along the lines of how exactly is having an affair with my husband and betraying me in the worst way possible cool. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have a sister, so my child and any future children won't have a maternal aunt, so I guess it doesn't matter anyways. Also the part of cool aunt is already taken, I mean your bestie and her wife in case hubby doesn't have a sister, but you can be the mean witch aunt who's never around and only lives in scary bedtime stories. That role fits you like a second skin. See you never. All your sorry excuse of a mother deserves is, my child already has a loving grandma. One who's actually there for them, never let her know any more than necessary, and me. Again, I don't think you should actually answer them. But it's nice to fantasize about being petty and giving them back a little of the pain they caused you. All the luck to you and your loved ones. Take care. Myfin times. Second, I would probably block, ignore them, and forget they exist, at least your sister and ex total apathy about their existence. Your sister being 19 is absolutely no excuse for what she did. I mean 19 is plenty old enough to know what she did was way wrong. Third, I don't know enough about how things played out with your mom. Was she just trying to keep a relationship with both her daughters? Did she give the other sister hell? Did she immediately and only side with the other sister, etc.? Being a single mom raising two girls was probably tough. Her trying to keep the peace and try to keep a relationship with both her daughters is probably somewhat understandable only because she is the mom. Everyone else on earth should be solely on your side. Fourth, if you did want revenge, then maybe reply to the ex, tell him you will take him back, but you are scared and need proof that he loves only you. That he must divorce your sister and humiliate her like she humiliated you. Same story for your mom if that is justified. Then verbally convince him to commit a crime and then take said info to the police, e.g., convince him to fly to see you and bring on the plan a bunch of cocaine, but be sure to tell him to fly into some totally random place. Bonus if it overseas with strict drug laws. AMW 38961. Your ex-husband most definitely told your mom and sister that you were pregnant FYI. Nothing about what happened between your ex and your sister is shocking. She got with your ex when she was super young and naive, and now she's realizing that she hasn't really lived life, so she's out here cheating and living her best life. Why your ex is shocked and crying to you about it, lol, because someone who would betray their own sister like that clearly has an effed up moral compass. If she can betray someone she's close to like that, WTF was he expecting? Don't respond to your sister or your mother, because it sounds like they're toxic. Make sure the hospital knows they aren't allowed near you or the baby, but it sounds like they got the info from your ex, so you should be good as long as you don't speak to him. It seems like you have a great family now, so just focus on that, instead of these miserable PPL and their miserable lives. Fervent Lotus. You should write your mother with an email. Dear Sir or Madam, I do not have a mother, she disowned me a long time ago. The story behind this disowning is when she permitted and encouraged the sister I no longer have to commit adultery with my ex-husband when we were still married. From that day, I knew my mother and sister had disowned me from the family, and it's not polite to impersonate someone who is incredibly cold, ignorant, and heartless. Please do not contact me again. I do not have a mother that ever loved me enough to care about how everything hurt me, and I do not have a sister that didn't love me more than herself. Any further contact or attempts to locate me will be met with legal action.